Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, Brad?
On, dude.
on the all-star team for baseball.
Let's go.
Just sent a thing I was reading.
What position does he play?
Congratulations.
Third base.
What position did you play?
I played some catcher, pitched a little bit. I quit playing baseball when I was like 10 or something.
So
What?
you're the catcher.
I was catcher.
Didn't see that coming.
Got him.
I also pitched them too, though. Wherever I was needed, I got the job done.
I do believe that, Brad. You're a hard worker.
Yes.
You do what it takes. Yeah.
Twisted Tea.
Can we put that in the podcast? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Twisted Tea, if you're listening and you want to sponsor.
No, not the twisted. I don't care about that.
Oh.
That little exchange.
The pitching and catching. You can definitely put that in there.
Okay. Welcome back to the podcast.
We talked about horse sperm.
That's true. We did.
He was filming his outro on the boat. He was like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I was like, well, one of our last podcasts was about horse sperm. So
I was like,
no
how'd y'all get the horse sperm out?
From the catcher.
Yeah. Whatever we got to do.
Mine's got to be a horse. It could have been anything else.
Well, I mean, I just would assume they have a large load. I mean, that would be my. Can I say load?
Yeah. We can say anything here on the.
I mean, it's our
podcast.
I edit it. I don't know.
Rip.
I don't know what's appropriate.
I mean, it makes us like $10 a month. I would hate to get demonetized.
Yeah, that would suck. So we got
$10 get you like 2 or 3 of those though, right?
Yeah, we got Cole
Yeah.
here from Cole and
What's up,
Jay.
man?
What's up? Do I look there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
Camera rolling.
Yeah, so
That's our guy.
Our podcast we put on YouTube. We are on all the things too.
Ooh.
So we do like iTunes and.
So y'all do that thing where at the end it's like, well, get your podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
We're not that official.
Yeah, we don't
just say
we don't do
whatever.
anything right.
Gosh.
We just say give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
We know, or 5. Is it stars?
I think
Yeah,
so.
5 stars.
Go to a
Okay.
good review.
Yeah,
And 5 star.
Whatever the maximum goodness is, give it
Yeah.
to us.
Give us all
We
of
want
them.
it.
All the stars.
But we're glad to have you here, Cole.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for hopping on the podcast. Appreciate
We
it.
get handshakes.
I know,
too.
man. It felt
Yeah, dude,
good.
my hand's
First-
better. I was
Oh,
telling
yeah.
them I've been dealing with a nagging wrist injury for like the last 4 months. I graduated physical therapy and decided to hit the beach and do some surf fishing and try to mess it up again.
Yeah.
What'd you do to your wrist?
Yeah. How'd that
I
happen?
caught more fish than you've ever seen in your life.
Good answer.
You are an incredible fisherman. You do a very good job. You catch a lot of fish.
How do you know? You don't watch my channel?
You're a fishy dude. I don't really
Got him.
watch. I don't watch anybody. But I do like
This is
skim.
exactly what he was saying in the boat. He was like, every YouTube fisherman
Everybody.
says they don't watch fishing on YouTube.
Well,
I'm like,
I
how?
keep tabs. I guess that would be the best
Yeah.
way. To
You gotta
I
keep
don't
tabs.
watch, but like I scroll. And
We know how
check
many
it
views
out.
you're getting, Cole.
Yeah. She did
Well,
a good job.
it's all over the place.
Yeah. That's-
Nothing to pattern on our channel.
That's YouTube, man. It's kind of crazy.
That's
cool.
okay.
But what's your you do everything. But like what's your if I had to pinpoint like what your main thing is, I would say like catfish and crappie. Is that accurate?
I would say that's pretty accurate. I would say it's more multi-species because I like to go to the places I like to fish are places that you could catch anything. You can catch up to like
Sure.
10, 15 species in one day. I like that. I like those kind of spots. You know, spillways, big river dams, just out creeks, just place where you can catch a multitude of different species, and you might get like lucky and get to hook into something massive. It's kind of similar to just going out and casting a line off the beach. And you could catch
Sure.
Several different things. Then you might hook up a jack or a shark or a big red. Something that's going to mess you up. But I would say that's pretty accurate.
Because you're not like I wouldn't consider you I mean I know you catch bass, but I wouldn't consider you like a bass guy.
And see, that's
you know?
the YouTube thing, because like I am a bass guy.
Oh really?
I would
Okay.
say at heart I'm a bass angler
Okay.
and a panfish angler and a cat fisherman. I like it all. I guess
Yeah.
I could be anything.
Well,
But
you're just
I
a
got
fishy
into
dude.
it.
You're a fishy dude. Like you like to fish. You like to catch fish.
I love to
And-
fish.
and multiple
and
species.
whatever's by it kind of
Because
gives
like
you,
bass fishermen are like
You're not
They
out
are
there
just
pond
fast.
they're
hopping.
like
Yeah.
if they catch a drum, they're like, oh, this sucks. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
but you're like, yeah, bring it.
or a bowfin. They're like, oh gosh, kill this thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, let's go bowfin.
yeah.
Yeah, all my bass fishing buddies, they're like, how do you catch a crappie? They'd be like trying to throw like a 4-inch swim bait at it. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Stop. But I love bass fishing. I love tournament bass fishing. But like YouTube, fishing YouTube is like founded on bass fishing. There's so many like, bass fishing YouTubers, like the foundation of bass fishing YouTube is like bass fishing. And so it's really saturated. It's hard to get into. It's probably our least performing videos. And that kind of makes you not want to go out and film a bass fishing video. And I'm sure y'all have subjects that are like that too.
Oh, yeah.
Where it gets tough.
Yes.
But I just love it. I don't even care. I'm just like, send it. If it's only going to get 10,000 views, I'm here for it.
Doing it anyways.
Yeah. You got to do something that makes you happy.
That's right. Yeah. And that's bass fishing for me too. Like if I go, I know it's going to get like 7,000 views, but I'm going to do it. The only way I can get a good view on
is if you eat it.
No. Well, I've never tried that. Maybe that would work. But like if I catch like a giant one, like that's the only way I'm gonna get.
Yeah, or if you sneak into a pond or something, have somebody like try to kick you out.
Oh yeah, drama. Yeah, if you get drama, then
that's good.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. People just want drama.
Yeah,
you gotta sneak it in at like Lake Shelby where you're like pier fishing and nobody really knows you're bass fishing.
Yes.
Until you just start catching something.
You're like, we're fishing whatever. It's like, oh, another bass. And unless you got 5 bass, you're like, gotcha. Gotcha. We ain't fish for trout today.
I could catch anything, but they're all bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I ever catch at Lake Shelby. I don't ever catch anything else.
Yeah, I've had a couple good days with some trout, some redfish.
I never fished there. I see y'all fish there, and it looks.
I think you would like it, especially because they have really good pan fishing. Like there's several different types of pan fishing there.
Really?
Yes. I've never actually gone in there and done it, but I've seen pictures and people that have done it and caught some crazy stuff out of there.
Oh, sick!
And then of course there's actually big bass. Like the biggest one I've caught out of there is probably like 4 pounds, but like I've seen pictures of like 7 and 8s that are in there. Like there's legit bass in that pond, and then like whatever. But there's redfish and trout. Like it's kind of a crazy.
And it's a good place to put a kayak in or something too, right?
Oh yeah.
See, I've never been able to like actually bring my kayak down, but I'm going to next time and load it up. It's the place we stay at normally. Just like you can't bring your kayak. I'm like whatever. I'm bringing it anyways. I always like hide it in the bushes at Lake Shelby.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, you can.
Nobody steals it because I've been wanting to kayak out there.
I was about to say
I'll leave it here.
You are more than welcome to utilize the resources that we have. So
let's go.
You can just put it in the back. Seriously, whatever you need to do.
We got one that's sitting out there that nobody's bought yet. You can probably just take it.
Yeah. It's not. It'd be put to better use.
Yeah.
We're not selling. We had 2, right?
Yeah. Did we sell one?
I don't know. Did we still have the other one?
We need to give it the Lake Shelby guarantee.
I know. I don't know. Crap. Yeah. But so you went fishing today. How'd that go?
It went. We went fishing.
We went through a bunch of shrimp. Yeah. He bought 6. He said he bought 6 dozen. I said there's no way he bought 6 dozen shrimp.
Who picked them? Did you do it?
No, it wasn't me.
There's no way.
If I would have picked them, we would have had like 10 dozen.
I
almost just like get a net, throw them in there.
Yeah. I was this close to texting him. I was like, dude, however many shrimp you get double because every time I go, I just get marauded by pinfish and we run out of shrimp. And then I'm like, frick, we have no bait. And then it's like, well, time to go. And I'm like, I don't want to go. We're out of bait.
Yeah.
But
I know it's tough because like we did have. I bought 6 dozen, but the one spot. He was catching some mangroves and it was loaded with pinfish too. It's like when you're putting on a new shrimp, like literally every 10 seconds it goes fast.
It really, especially when you have 2 people.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen too, where I fish by myself all the time, and 6 dozen would be plenty for me. But you get 2 in the boat, it's just like, where'd my bait go?
Yeah,
it's gone. But we caught a few mangroves. We caught 2 big daddies. One that was like 11.99 to 12.01 inches. Could have gone either way. We threw it back, and we caught 2 hardheads and a handful of grunts.
So I appreciate you using the word "we." There wasn't a whole lot of "we." It was more you.
You.
Well, I was backboning you, dude.
That happens.
It was my boat, so
you were just playing captain.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at the footage, there's one point I cast over Brad's line to get into the little. We were in the one little slip, and I was like spider monkeying down the rail of his boat. I was about to fall off, trying to fight this stupid. I think that one was a catfish, and I'm not saying the catfish is stupid, but last night I went night fishing, and I got my hands just obliterated by so many hardheads. I'm pretty good at it, but I got stabbed right here.
Oh, really?
And it would instantly just like blood. And then I lipped a ladyfish like an idiot. I did that whenever I was like 18, and that's why I didn't know any better. And I got sliced up. Look at this, dude. I'm infected.
Dude, you got tore up. So you got poked by. Did it hurt? Like
this one here hurt?
Yeah.
That one there. I
was your whole arm hurting?
No, it was just right here. I mean, it was just like all numbed up, and I was like trying to bait more stuff, and I just couldn't stop. And I probably should have at that point, but.
Yeah, it does not.
It was a bloody mess. I was just wiping it on my shorts, and they were just tie-dyed with my blood. That's probably could have sold those shorts on the dark web for like a pretty penny.
Put them on your OnlyFans page.
I could have put them on my OnlyFans page. One of one.
Cole's blood.
Cole's blood. Yeah. Not my toes, not my kneecaps, my bloody shorts.
I want your blood. That's not creepy at all. I'm sure there's somebody that's into
there's
it.
There's probably some good money. I don't know. I haven't explored the dark web for blood, but I think I'm a universal blood donor, so it could have gone to somebody.
What
But-
blood type are you?
Freaking O negative.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's like pretty valuable.
I know it is.
It's like-
I give that stuff away for free, except for in college. In college, I used to. Well, that's plasma. I used to go to the plasma doctor like three times a
baby.
week. I was like $50, baby.
Yeah, give me that
Give it to me. I sit there for 4
You
hours
want
for
some
$50.
O-blood?
I had this buddy told me, but he's like, bro, I know you're like pretty broke. I'm pretty broke too. You want to go donate some plasma together? We can like just do it like weekly. I was like,
$12 an hour.
he kind of looked like Brad, to be honest. He looked just like Brad.
Really?
He looked very similar.
This was a buddy of yours?
Yeah, a buddy of
A
mine.
handsome fella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like a good looking dude.
yeah. I feel like me and Brad kind of look alike a
Donate
little
some
bit.
Plasma.
Let's go donate some blood.
How's that work? Like you just
They hook you up to this
Plasma hurts, doesn't
yeah,
it?
they hook you up to this transformer thing, transfusion, not transformer, transfusion, and then they just start suckling it.
How much have you been drinking?
Oh, dang it. I didn't sleep at all last night. I was talking about the cat. I stayed up till 2:00 in the morning last night and then got up whatever time we went fishing.
it sounds like you haven't got a lot of sleep, period. This
I don't
trip.
sleep much.
Yeah.
That's the grind. But anyways, yeah, I just got the what do you call it? Plasma.
Yeah.
Just for 4 hours. Just
You
suck
do
it out.
it. You have to sit there for 4 hours,
It's like 4 hours. Yeah. It's
and they
ordeal.
pay you $50 for 4 hours.
I don't even know if I really know what plasma even is.
It's just like clear blood.
But that's weird, man. Like,
And you
It's
can
not
only
blood.
do that.
I probably sound like an idiot. It's not clear blood, but it's clear.
I thought plasma you could only donate every so often.
Yeah, it was like, well,
But
yes.
you did 3 days.
every day, baby.
Not every day. Not every day. Not every day. Like twice a week for a little while. Yeah.
$50 a pop.
$50 a pop. Good times.
I used to donate blood a lot when I was younger, but I've never done plasma.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm over it.
donate it or you sold it.
Donate.
Okay.
Like they would come to our high school.
See,
yeah.
I would do that to get out of
Yeah.
school. That's my first. It's almost like an
You could
addiction.
donate blood and then go home.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
For real. I used to do that. Yeah.
I've never donated blood.
I never did this, but I had friends that would donate blood, and then sometimes like you can get like lightheaded a little bit,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
you're
yeah.
lower blood, and
Like,
they
I
would
gotta
donate
go
blood,
home.
and then they'd go home and drink and just get really drunk fast.
Ah, that's smart.
Yeah,
Utilize those opportunities. Less money, cheap drunk.
Yeah.
yes,
High school, you gotta do what you gotta do. I understand that.
good time.
So what else you got planned while you're here, Cole? You got anything you're trying
Just-
to scratch off? Let's see. What's today?
Today is
Thursday. When are you leaving?
I've got one more day, man.
Oh, that's it. One more
Yep,
day?
one more day. And I'm going fishing tonight. Might go back to my little honey hole
Yeah.
where I got stabbed by the catfish because I want more.
Yeah.
I caught one speckled trout and I'm like, we gotta get some more of those boys.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, dang, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm done.
Lake Shelby.
I think I'm just chilling. No, I think I'm probably just gonna be chilling tomorrow.
Chill.
This might be it.
Take a relaxation day.
Relaxation day.
Go to the beach. Just enjoy it. Well, it's supposed to kind of rain tomorrow.
It
Yeah.
is.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, but it's been a good
Rough
week.
day.
The weather was nice. It wasn't cold and the rain was just a little windy. We were hoping to go offshore a few times this week.
Yeah.
Got to go once, catch some AJs, which was sick. We ended up running into some mahi too, which was really
that's
sick.
cool.
Really sick. I wasn't even thinking about it. We were just trolling around, or we were idling back. And I saw a big old thing of weed. I was like, yo, look at those weeds, look at those birds. And it was like, oh snap! Because my buddy I was with, he's like saying he had to go. And I was like, pull over there real quick. And then we went over there and there's just mahi. Just we started slamming. We had like 20 mahi in the boat. Like,
Nice. Heck yeah, dude.
I was pumped.
It's a good
Sounds like a
time.
good time. Did you go offshore this week?
I did that tournament last weekend, but that was it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because I guess you said you went Monday.
It was on Sunday, I think.
Sunday, okay. Yeah, because we've had really, the wind's been bad for so long. I just
Yeah.
can't remember our last good day that we've had here.
Not very
So
many.
it has been a windy spring.
Yes, it has.
Like, I mean, which
There's
is
no
normal.
end in sight. This whole week ahead of us looks the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is not uncommon. Like, I remember having a conversation with Emily. 'Cause we were talking about filming some stuff or whatever, and this was in the winter. And I'm like, well, we can do this in April. I said, however, we're just going to have to work around wind because we get some bad winds in the spring. But this has been like nonstop,
Yeah.
like always freaking blowing. Makes fishing hard, which is the hardest thing to overcome in fishing is
Yeah.
wind. Like rain, everything else obviously sucks, but you can still fish, whatever you can deal with it. But like wind is almost unovercomable. Is that a word?
Yeah, it's good enough.
Unovercomable.
It's redneck in these, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, unovercomable. It's kind of hard to say. Too.
And then when you're trying to film too, you got some obstacles. Like there's some pretty good like external mics that we're using now that kind of help it out. But like back in the day, the wind was blowing. You had to like, especially if y'all are fishing in the surf, you got a south wind. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like
right in the face.
Yeah, it does.
Nobody likes that.
You lost your audio in a vid this week.
Yeah.
Did you get a video that day or
No.
So
Brad smoked me that day. He caught all the fish. He stole all the fish.
It was a tough day.
I
dude.
caught like 2 fish.
Yeah.
I caught a
was
ladyfish,
slow.
and then I caught another ladyfish on a ladyfish.
You caught a pompano on my rod.
And that wasn't my fish, Brad. I stole your
You
fish.
reeled it in.
You actually probably needed that fish for your video. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal
Well, it
it.
doesn't matter.
I
You
did
didn't have any
use
audio.
it for my video, but then I didn't have audio.
Rip.
Sucks. Like, so how because you use the DJI thing, right? How,
Yeah, so I figured it out. I don't know how it ended up in a different mode, and so it was weird. So when I was looking at the screen on the receiver, when I would talk, the thing would move like it was going, and so I noticed that it had a little yellow thing. So I knew it looked different, but when I was talking, the line was still going up. So I was like, I don't know what this means, but it's still working. But it really wasn't. I don't understand why. Because it was like the receiver was picking up audio, but it wasn't sending it to the GoPro for some reason. So I messed with it yesterday and I ended up figuring out. I have no idea what that setting is or why it does that, but I figured out how to turn it off. And now, because what I didn't notice at the time is that audio bar is also on the bottom of the GoPro, and when that receiver was in that setting, it would go on the receiver but not on the GoPro. So when I turned it off, then the audio bar on the GoPro was going. So I'm like, that's when I have audio. So it's always something, man. It was like I used to use the
both
same
boxes
mics that
out.
you have, and then those were less likely to have an issue because of technical stuff, but they would crap out and you wouldn't even know it.
Sure.
So I've had days of coming back with no audio from using that mic setup. I've had days of using this and not having audio. And what I need to do, there's a setting. I don't know if you've done this. There's a setting that you can set it on that anytime you turn it on, it'll also internally record.
I've got that setting turned on, boy.
So that way,
On the DJI thing?
yeah. So
Yeah.
the mic itself also has storage. So it can you can have it plugged in your GoPro or it'll record internally. So you'd have 2 tracks. So if I had that setting on, when I lost that audio because it didn't go to the GoPro, it would have been stored in the mic itself. So it would have been a pain because I'd have to go find it and match it up and all that stuff. But I would at least have some audio.
It would have saved you at least $20.
Yeah. From another crappy surf fishing video.
Yeah.
No, it was not a crappy surf fishing video. You caught your bucket list fish and nobody's ever going to know.
I posted a picture of it.
I took the pic, photo creds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first time you ever caught one?
First time I've caught one. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you caught it. I think you caught a whole
Like
bunch.
60 or 70.
Gosh, come on.
Catch them every
A
time.
few. Actually, I think I personally have only ever maybe even caught one. But like on guide trips and like Courtney's caught a couple for whatever reason, and my mother-in-law has caught
There you go.
when she's been fishing with us. So I've come across several, but like personally,
It's not super uncommon, but it's also not like you see pictures of them every week.
no.
It's not rare.
Hey, don't
but
play
it's
it
not.
down. It was an awesome catch, dude.
It was an
Just
awesome
let
catch.
it be.
I mean, I was
Just let it be.
excited.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great catch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I thought you had a permit. I was like, oh, we got a permit. I was like, oh.
That'd have been cool.
When we
too.
first caught the first time we ever caught one that I came across, I thought it was a permit. I didn't know. I was like, I didn't even know what it
Idiot.
was. I know. I was one of those guys. I'm like, oh, cool permit.
Posted on
I
Facebook,
know. Probably did. Probably got reamed.
and then one guy was probably like, "No, you dumbass."
Yeah.
That was like the dude on the pier yesterday, dude. I was telling Brad about my experience on the pier. This is the first time I've had like a real like a pier rat being a hater. This old dude was just roasting me the whole
Really?
time. Yeah, he was just on me. Like he was going up and down the bank. He was like leaving. He was giving he offered everybody his sand fleas except for me because I had a GoPro strapped on.
Right.
I didn't want his sand fleas anyways.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted a couple of his sand fleas. And then like he called out saw some jacks and I went over there and I kind of messed it up. It was fine. He was like, "You get your content. You ain't getting it now. It ain't coming through no more." And he was like, "Oh, you can't catch a redfish? You can't catch fish from cut bait? That's real hard." And I was like, "Bro, you need to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't seen you catch nothing today."
So were you on Navarre?
Pensacola.
Pensacola. I've never fished Pensacola.
How in the world? I was talking to Brad. He
told
said
him
he
the same
never
thing.
fished. That's the only pier. Well, I fished that one. I fished them all. I fished them all except for this one.
That's literally the only one I've never.
How have y'all never fished it?
I always skip it.
So we drive past it and go to Navarre.
Am I being dumb for fishing it? I've only had two good days.
I'm sure it's probably.
I had 2 days where I smoked. I was telling Brad, I got spoiled. The very first time I ever fished it, I caught a 47-inch bull red, and during the bull red run, like in November, and I was like, cool. Well, there we go. This is awesome. And then caught some bluefish, and then after that, I was like, man, this kind of sucks. And then I had another day where we caught just a ton of big Spanish and a bunch of big blues and redfish and pompano. So this is awesome, just left and right. And then go back and just like Dead Sea, just nothing for miles. Nobody's catching anything.
That's part of it sometimes, though.
Pier fishing is the hardest grind. Like, I mean, you to have like a good epic day, you pretty much got to spend 3 or 4 days out there. Or
Right.
like
And
video
that's what
is
it seemed
I
too,
mean.
because that day, whenever I caught that big one, I actually did spend 3. It was the only place we fished, and it was kind of a progression. We caught bluefish the first day, and the second day we caught a couple of like pretty good reds, like 30 inchers, and then the last day we caught a couple of more like Spanish and bluefish, and then all of a sudden the donkey showed up. Both of us caught massive reds. It was like,
Yeah, you just got to spend time.
that's it. Get lucky.
And so Pensacola, you're probably going to run into that the most, like where people just give you crap. Like Pensacola can be kind of that way. So like that's why we avoid it. Navarre, same way. Like I've fished Navarre, but you're gonna like that's where a lot of the really serious pier rats are.
I went there one day. I got there early, and like everybody was running to the end.
Yeah.
They took off running because the blackfin tunas
Oh,
were running,
okay.
and I was
That's
like,
insane.
And I was like, everybody's running. I didn't know what to do, so I took off running. I beat them. I
don't even know what I'm doing.
And I went to the left corner, and everybody was like, who's
yeah,
this
that's
guy?
the spot,
They were like,
dude.
I know
That's the
that.
spot.
That's the spot on every
Yeah.
pier is the left corner.
Yeah.
And I got there, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for these blackfin tunas. Everyone was talking about how they were smoking them. I get
Yeah.
waiting around,
Of course,
and then
nothing.
one showed up, and like 40 lines goes to it, and it's like looks like a spider web thing. I was like, you know what? I don't even care about this fish. I'm out. Y'all can have it.
Well,
It was just the
I've never
principle.
caught one from the pier, but that'd be pretty sick.
It would have been sick to catch it, but
Yeah.
still, I was like, this is nuts. And I like chaos and I like crazy things. It makes for a good video, and I think it's fun. I love just like running over people and
Yeah.
weaving through. And yeah, that was nuts. They weren't happy. Right now, I was like,
I bet.
Yeah, Navarre can be that way.
Whatever.
The nicest pier is Okaloosa, like in terms of
it's nuts. I've never
People-
actually I've
people
only
being-
walked down
no,
on it. I haven't
okay.
fished it. I've gone there and gone to the Gulf area right there.
Yeah, that place is pretty
Marine
cool.
Park. It's pretty tight. It's and then I'm always like, man, I want to be fishing this one because it looks really good. But maybe next time.
yeah. I don't know. I don't understand why that is, but like for whatever reason, Okaloosa is just like I don't ever feel you don't get the crap, but like at Navarre, it's all the
Normally I don't get no crap. Normally everybody is like, you want your fish? I'm like, yeah, here you go. And they're like, yes. And I had this one old lady one time, and she had to be 90 years old. Had to have been. And she was sabiki rig fishing, catching bait. And she would hook them, and she would have like, I think she had like double sabiki. She was getting like 8 fish on at a time. They were thick, and she couldn't pull them up. She's like, "Can you help me reel these fish in?" And I might have been getting fleeced too at the same time. So I was like, "Let me reel these up." So here you go. And then I walked down like 20 yards. I'm fishing. I'm catching fish. She's like, "Oh, help me!" And I was like, "Gosh, dang
she
it!"
just thought you were cute.
I got into that, and I was like, "Okay, ma'am, we've got a lot of fish. Like I helped her reel up like 8 fish at a time, like 4 or 5 different times. Like that should be good. I'm gonna fish over here now because I'm catching fish." And it was awesome. Yeah, usually everybody's like, "Yeah, here you go." I gave this one dude a redfish one time. Gave this dude some pompano. Usually people love me on the
Gotta
pier.
keep them happy.
That's right. Yeah.
This dude.
feed the locals.
This dude, I was about ready. He was wearing a net gator. I was about to tell him to pull that net gator down. And let's see.
Let's do it. Let's go. So,
That'd been awesome.
how long have you been doing YouTube, you guys?
We
When you
started in 2018, like in June-ish, May-ish, June-ish. And I thought YouTube was gonna be so easy. So what had happened was,
course.
yeah. So, well, here's why. So we always posted. So I run the channel with my wife Jay.
Yeah.
And we always posted just what we're doing, like on Facebook, Instagram, just videos catching snakes, catching fish. We also do a lot of snake wrangling on the channel too.
That's kind of what you started
So
with.
that's
right?
fun too. So yeah, so that's something else we like did. So we did kind of get niched down from that a little bit, which that still kind of is there. If we see some snakes or cool turtles or anything, we'll catch them up in the video and do that sort of deal. But anyways, so we just posted a normal dumb video, wade fishing this creek, and we caught this giant diamondback water snake. And they're pretty like intimidating looking. They're all flat, and they get really, when you get a big one, they look kind of sketchy. And to a normal person, like we're like, oh, this is awesome. But it was striking and biting. She's holding it, whatever, just a stupid video. And all of a sudden, her Facebook just starts blowing, just boom, 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 boom,
Like,
boom, boom.
this is our personal Facebook or
Her
did y'all-
personal Facebook,
okay.
personal Facebook, nothing crazy. Like millions of views in like 2 days, millions, like 20 million.
Dang.
And then it's like, okay. And then all of a sudden, this one of these stupid viral companies emails us, knowing we have negative $12 in our bank account. It's like, hey, would you like to sell the rights to your video for $100? We're like, yeah, baby, let's go. And so we sold the rights to our video. That was dumb. We didn't know. And then they spread it around, and it might have been a good $100 investment. You never know. Went to all these other things, and it got hundreds of millions of views.
Oh wow.
Not kidding. Crazy. Just a stupid video holding the snake.
They made so much money off that.
Oh, they do. There's no telling. And somebody else actually bought it out, and it started going around again just this year. This is like
seriously.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't even want to know. Like, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that happened. It's like, okay, we talked about wanting to make a YouTube channel. We always watch YouTube videos. You watch all the standard, just bass fishing YouTubers and just fishing stuff. It's like, man, we fish all the time. Like, we're decent fishermen. This is a little bit different, husband wife sort of thing. Let's get in on this while you still can get in on it. And I think anybody can still get in on YouTube at any time. Like, it's not.
Sure.
There's always the best time to start a YouTube channel is like same time it was to plant a tree, like 7 years ago. Next best time is today.
Right.
So we end up making the channel. Go out and make a herping video. That's when you go out in the creek and catch snakes, catch turtles. And it got like.
What'd you call it?
Herping.
Herping?
Herping, not herpes, herping. Everybody says, you gonna get them herpes? No, we're gonna go catch some snakes, okay?
Herping, so that's what
never
you call
heard of
snake
that before.
catching.
Yeah, so the study of reptiles and amphibians is herpetology. So when you go out to pursue these guys, it's called herping. So like also if you go out to
Gotcha.
catch like bugs, you go out and call it bugging, or you go catch fish, you call it fishing. You know, it's all the same sort of thing. Anyway, make this video.
To that point, you would call catching snakes snaking.
I guess so. We call it
Herping, though.
snaking. Yeah, I guess it'd be like ichthyology study fish to be ichthying. Anyway, so we go out.
Well, you learn, this is a very educational podcast.
Yes. So yeah. So we go herping, go out and catch some snakes, turtles, whatever. It's everyone's first video is horrible. I actually have it private. Nobody's watching this video no more. It's the only one I have blocked. And but anyways, it got like 400,000 views. Like, oh, this is easy, sick. We go.
Your first YouTube video?
Yeah.
It got 400,000 views and you took
put
it private?
Why'd you put it on private?
Well, so I made it private a few years later because in it I said exactly where I live at. Like I had people were showing my house.
I mean, that makes sense. I thought you were just because
no,
felt like it was a bad video.
we have plenty of bad videos. I promise. Scroll back, you'll find
You
some.
need to just go in there and edit out the part of your house and repost it.
Well, you're right. It's so bad. But anyways, and then we post a couple more, like another 300,000, 500,000 views.
Like right out of the gate?
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Because we posted right after the other one. We didn't know what we were doing exactly, but we were kind of had the mind that we have traction on Facebook. Let's do this. We should have actually used that Facebook traction to our advantage and probably made a Facebook page at that point. We didn't make a Facebook page until like 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got that traction. We got monetized like in the first like 4 or 5 months. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how to properly monetize or do anything. But we're like, yeah, we're making $50 a month. Let's go. You know.
Yeah,
And,
you're happy about it then.
You're pumped. It's awesome. We're just doing it for fun. I was still in college. That was like my 6th or 7th year of college.
So this is when you got to stop selling your blood at this point.
I had stopped selling my blood a few years ago, a few years prior to that. But I was still trying to. We had just bought our house.
Have you ever
we live
sold
in now.
any sperm? You ever done that?
No, I was down to sell any part of my body at one point.
Did you study herping in college?
Yes, I did. So I went to school. So in school,
a little different than snaking.
in school, I actually was studying. I got a wildlife biology, wildlife management degree, and I was focusing on herpetology and herping and doing that kind of stuff. And the more I was into it, I mean, ultimately,
do you have shirts that say herping? Like
we
that you
need
sell?
You do need
we
some
need
merch.
some.
You need some merch.
We're working on some merch.
Because
be on the lookout in about a
love-
month.
Out here
I
herping.
heart herping. Like
We got stickers, baby.
yeah, that's what you need.
Herping
dude.
stickers?
We're working on it in a month, June 1st. Y'all be looking.
Yeah, bring it.
But yeah, so that's what we did, and then of course the hype kind of buzzed down, got quiet, and everyone's kind of like,
I mean, people. Okay, so let's just pause for a quick second. So your first 3 videos, you're knocking down hundreds of thousands of views.
yes,
That doesn't happen.
No.
People. Like that's insane. That's crazy.
it was cool.
That's impressive.
It was cool.
So
And
how many do you remember?
the content, and also like the content, like back then, like the content, maybe not the video creation and the editing, but like the actual content is so good. Like I'll go back and
I
look at these
believe
things.
it.
Like content is so good.
Yeah, no.
Like the content now we make is, I would say it's still good, but like then it was so new, so fresh.
Yeah.
Like these new things we've already done these things so many times now. It's kind of like
Sure.
makes it easier.
Sure.
But just the whole process, and we were both just we were both able to do it together a little bit easier, and it was so much fun. You could tell.
Do you know how many subscribers you jumped to through that process? Do you remember?
Well, I can show you. I can tell you about something crazy that happened. We got a bunch of subscribers in a minute.
Okay, all right. I'll sit back and
1 minute later.
your
Okay,
turn.
so in that first little bit, we probably had about 3,000 to 5,000 subs in the first like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, pretty quick probably.
So nothing too crazy. But then it ended up getting up to like no. I remember this too. We had 20,000 in 4 months.
20,000 subs in 4 months.
20,000 in 4 months.
That's fast.
Because I was trying to like hustle and swindle some deals. I was like, hey, we got 20,000 subs in 4 months. You want to do something? They're like, no. Idiot, get out here, quit emailing me. And I was like, fine, whatever. You're gonna be sorry.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sorry.
I'll show you.
I actually had a couple of people that did take bets on us, and we still like work with them today. So it's like,
Yeah.
there you go. Y'all else could have done that, and y'all just didn't. So forget y'all. But anyway, so while we were still like earlier on our channel, we were really diverse, doing like wildlife and nature stuff, like nature documentary type things and like educational stuff, and then as well as our fishing, because that's kind of like threefold. We do herping, fishing, and like nature video. 3 videos a week, one of each subject. Just trying to get a footing, figure out what was the best.
Sure.
And one of the videos, so we have a
Which
garden.
is great advice, by the way, if you're trying to start a channel.
I think it's great advice. And then when you just kind of figure out what find your audience and figure out what they want to, and then you kind of hone in on it, and you can niche yourself into a category if you want to, and that might be better for you. But I didn't want to get niched down.
Yeah.
I should take my own advice in a lot of things, because being on YouTube for a while, you kind of learn things and figure out stuff, and there's a lot of things that I can like help other people with, but I don't take my own advice all the time.
Right.
And everybody does that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we posted a video. So we have a garden. We did a butterfly gardening video, because we have gardens. We like butterflies and bugs, and we're raising caterpillars, and we raise monarch butterflies because it's kind of trendy, which we've always done that. But it's like, let's make a video
That's
about
trendy.
monarch, like pollinator gardening, and like butterflies is very trendy where we're at.
Didn't know that.
Okay, it is. He doesn't know. Brad knew. Dang it, Brad couldn't even help me out on this. So we're making these videos.
I've never watched a butterfly video.
Well, you should
before.
watch. It's my most viewed
Like
video
in
on YouTube.
Arkansas, this is the thing? Is that what you're saying? Like
Yeah, where you can. Yeah, in Florida.
And what's it called?
Florida?
This video
Butterfly
is called.
Well, no, I know what your most viewed video is, but what'd you call the butter?
It was a pollinator garden.
But it's all about butterflies.
So there's herping. What do you call
Bugging. This is raising butterflies. This is different. I don't know what you call it. Lepping? It's just like lepidopteras or butterflies and moths. Maybe lepping? I don't know. But anyway, so we're raising monarch caterpillars, and I spent all summer like getting these awesome time lapses and just raising these things from egg to 1 through 5 instars, watching them come out of the chrysalis. Boom. I've been doing this for years. I also make insect collections, make like frames where you like go out and catch bugs, and that's what you do when you go bugging. You go out and catch bugs and you throw them in the freezer, and then you pen them. It's
So
taxidermy.
you
It's
kill-
insect taxidermy. Shut up.
You kill them.
It's insect taxidermy. So I like that.
I mean, this is interesting.
Insect
stuff.
taxidermy is really cool. My brother does it a lot now. He orders stuff from like Central America and makes these really cool displays. But anyways, it was kind of like Pokemon at this point. I like to go out and catch these different ones.
Okay.
I'm bug
it's like
catcher
real
cool.
life Pokemon.
And there's some cool big daddy bugs you can catch. They're like really rare, and they only come out for like 1 week out of the entire year. So you got to hone in on that. Anyways, back to butterflies. Raise these butterflies. Catch this. We start releasing them, and then sometimes they come out a little floppy. Like sometimes their wings are a little janky, and those are the ones that normally wouldn't make it. Survival of the fittest, right? These are the ones that wouldn't make it. Well, this one, it broke his wing inside the cage because he was in there flapping for too long. So I was like, you can actually do a wing transplant on a butterfly. And I was like, okay, because back then I like to make crazy content, I like to chase viral videos. I also like to do things.
Sounding like a viral video.
Do things not maliciously, but out of the goodness of my heart, because this is something you can actually do on butterflies. So I have specimens of monarch butterflies. You can literally take the wing or a piece of the wing, not the entire wing, take a piece of the wing off of a specimen and glue it onto the one that's damaged, and they can fly.
That's wild.
It's the craziest crap. And I had known about this, and I've done it. I had done it prior. And I was like, I'm going to do it for a video. It's a perfect opportunity. It's probably going to get a bazillion views. I knew it too. So I did it.
Does the wings end up growing into
No.
one?
No. You just glue that baby on there.
And
It's
that-
super
Just
glue.
like
All you do, in case you ever want to do this, you get the butterfly, you cut the damaged part, and then you line up the specimen wing. You gotta be careful because it's a little delicate. Line them up, super glue that baby on there, put some baby powder on it, let it sit. You have to pin. The hardest part's pinning the butterfly down.
Yeah, you gotta get.
I use a hanger.
like a
like
coat
a
hanger?
clothes hanger. Yeah, you like close it and you put it around its thorax, which is like the middle part. It's like the head, between the head and the abdomen. Press it down, get the wings down so they don't writhe around. You squish it, and then you glue the wing on. It was so cool. The butterfly flew away. Like no fakery, no nothing. Like it's legit.
So this was an early video.
This was like 2019-ish.
Okay. All right, how many views did it knock down?
7 million.
Oh my gosh. I mean, not
And
like you just
Overtime.
Well, right.
Overtime. Like 2 million quick.
Sure. No, I mean that is you get explaining that. I'm like, yes, this is 100% a viral video.
Yeah, it was great. And we gained like 60,000 subs off this one video. But the problem is, it's like the only video we have like that on our freaking channel. I made another one.
Now you got a bunch of people that
There is
want to watch
that point.
butterflies.
There is, everybody always like, especially when they're starting out or you're new. And obviously, if you get a viral video, you're like, okay, great, I'm going to take it, because of the money. Or
You will
whatever.
take it.
But to that point, like if you get a viral video that's kind of not what you do on the norm, on the reg, it can not be the best thing.
You have to either be willing
"Ugh."
to jump ship completely and
Right.
go new thing.
Yeah.
And I just did. We didn't really know that. We didn't think anything about it. But if I could go back in the past, there would still be a Colin J like fishing channel, but there would also be a Colin J butterfly rescue channel, probably.
Still do it.
Yeah.
Colin
I
J
did
Gardens.
Google
Should
what
do
you call that, and it's called captive rearing.
It is captive rearing.
No.
But here's the thing, though. So monarchs are
No. Can you please have a shirt that says captive rearing?
captive rearing.
Captain rearing.
Because the thing about that is cool, though. The thing about that makes it a good
But
video.
but it sounds kind of illegal. Captive rearing.
It does.
That I don't know if the law allows that.
You're right. It doesn't sound right.
Name that your new YouTube channel. Captive rearing with Colin J.
Okay, so this is what you call butterfly rescue.
It was a butterfly. It was
no.
Raising butterflies.
Raising butterflies.
It's called
is
captive rearing.
It was just butterfly surgery. Let's just call it butterfly. It was surgery on a butterfly.
No, Cole, you were captive rearing.
I think it was butterfly surgery. I was rearing. Yeah, I was captive rearing monarch butterflies.
After you
man.
went herping, and then then you got herping. After the captive rearing.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can get the herping after the rearing. I mean,
you can.
I'm gonna,
part of the gig.
dude. You live an awesome life, man.
I got a pretty pimpin' butterfly garden. That's all I gotta say.
I believe that. All right, so now you, because like to my understanding, I know you said if you're out fishing or whatever, you catch snake. You don't really post those kind of videos anymore, or
Not as many, and honestly, so it's
and
really
scrolling your channel. You're a
here's-
fishing channel. Like,
Here's
I
what's
mean,
gone down. Yeah,
at this point,
it's more of just a fishing channel. And it's come down to really because we have had kids, and it's not because we're scared we're gonna get bit by venomous snakes or anything, but like Jay couldn't really go out and get in the creek and like walk on those rocks because she was pregnant, didn't want to fall and do that. So we just kind of got into this little, just being pregnant, having babies over like a 4-year span, 3-year span, or 4-year because you type pregnant, like 4 years. It's just tough to go out and film it together, and it's tough to film a herping video by yourself.
yeah.
It's tough. You need to have somebody there, and she's usually shut up.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Brad. Get out of here. You want to go? You go film a herping video by yourself and see what happens.
It is really hard to get herpes.
Where are you going to get the herping part?
It's
This is
really
so
fun.
awesome.
It's
You
really
provided
fun.
some great content.
It's really
Cole.
fun. Y'all should.
I want to go herping with
y'all
you.
would
sometime.
love it. If there's any, I don't know where you go herping at down here. I don't know what kind of snakes are down here. But you basically, if you go
Water
any
moccasins.
sort of,
Pitcher or catcher.
any sort of freshwater little creek. It's got some rocks and some little grassy grass, a little something snaky. Just walk the creek, and the snakes usually jump into the creek, and then you just catch them.
So
You snatch 'em up.
if you were to post a video like that now, how do you feel like it would do really well?
I think it would do well because I would make sure I caught a diamondback, and I would make sure that it
Like
bit me.
like a rattler?
No, water snake.
Oh.
Like the big old intimidating one. So this used to be like our ace in the hole get out of jail free card video title. I know everybody has one.
Yeah.
Bitten by giant diamondback while wading sketchy urban creek.
Nice.
Every time.
I mean, that sounds.
Get out
I mean,
jail free.
I'm
and it's
clicking
not
it.
it's clickbait, but it's not false. It's not so you have
Okay.
to click you have to
That's not
it's not clickbait. It's not clickbait. It's not clickbait. It's the 100% truth. It's just it's exciting. It's exciting. It's an exciting title.
No, that's
Especially the
thing.
people that don't like
people
me.
Don't
It's exciting
people
for
don't
them.
understand what clickbait is. Clickbait would be if you just
If you
straight
did
up
that
lied and,
straight
like,
up lied and put like
There's
a picture of Mona Lisa's butt on the,
You're right,
on
yeah,
the
right,
thumbnail.
yeah, like it doesn't. There's no, like that actually happened. You're just That's the furthest thing from clickbait. You literally just described what happened.
Yeah.
and told you.
I feel like I don't clickbait at all, ever.
Yeah.
I've never led anybody astray. But unless it's up to them if they at the end, they're like, I thought you got bit by a rattlesnake and died. That's too bad. He's still breathing.
no.
I'm like, dang it.
Want me to die?
But that used to be our ace in the hole video title.
Yeah.
It was like our get out of jail. We were like hurting for some views, and we're working really hard because we've been posting 3 to 4 videos every week for 5 years. How many years is that?
It's a grind. 6.
It's a lot of work.
6 years. Yeah, you would think it would kind of slow down, but it don't. It just upticks.
You just got to keep.
You
going.
get more traction. You get you start making a little bit more money, and you're like, okay, I don't want to like go backwards. You just want to keep posting. You get kind of scared sometimes.
How many times have you been bit while herping?
Every time.
Every time?
Every time. Because sometimes with water snakes, the water snakes have a bad attitude. And that's what makes them a great subject because they have a bad attitude.
And none of them.
They're not chill.
Venomous.
No, cottonmouth are. But I don't. Yeah, you don't approach them the same way.
But
these water
have you been
snakes.
bit by one?
No.
Have you ever been bitten by a venomous snake?
No.
Okay.
No.
How many venomous snakes do you deal with?
Do you catch them?
Like,
sometimes?
have you dealt with them a lot?
So I deal with them often. So we live on a lake that has a bunch of cottonmouth, and normally I just use my snake hook and I just pick them up and I just move them away, or I get my snake tongs, pick them up, move them out of my yard. 'Cause I don't want my kids or my dogs to get bit. My dogs get bit like once a year by cottonmouth, and it's super annoying. I don't want my kids to get bit.
Well, yeah.
Heck no. But I'm not one to just go out and just like go out there and just start chopping heads off of snakes. That's not what I don't want to do that. And it's kind of off brand. It's just not what I do. I don't kill snakes regardless of what they are. I just move them away. But out in the creek, it's like with those water snakes, they dive in and you don't ever know exactly what part you're going to grab. You just want to make sure you grab them, and they're not venomous. So you just grab them, and usually if you grab midsection, they'll turn around, they'll bite you instantly. And their teeth are really sharp, but you don't really feel anything. You're just bleeding because they have an anticoagulant in their saliva, which makes you bleed more. So it's great drama because you're bleeding everywhere. It doesn't hurt at all. And it's just kind of like...
So you're purposefully getting bit by a snake.
Not purposely, it just happens.
Have you ever purposefully let a snake bite you for the video?
Well, it kind of sounds like
Yes. So you can say that you were bitten in the title.
Yeah.
Because it makes a better looking title. If it's all caps,
You're
bitten.
crazy.
And then there's one video. One video we did.
I don't want to get bit by a snake. Even
It
if
doesn't
you
hurt.
know.
It doesn't hurt. You just have to get bit to know. Some snakes do hurt to get bit by, like
So-
a constricting type snake, like a rat snake. If they get a hold of you, because it's just the way they feed. They're constrictors. They have to have bigger recurved teeth, and they'll grab a hold of you. And they might gnaw a little bit, or if something bites you and you like yank back, and their teeth slice you, then that hurts.
That's my immediate.
You want
reaction.
them just to chew. You want them to chew a little bit, and then they let go.
So, assuming it's not venomous, if you get bit by a snake, the best thing to do is stay calm and grab by its head and wait on it to let go.
The non-venomous snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just grab it. If like it's a water snake, just dunk that baby underwater. It'll let go.
And it'll let go.
You can just like pry it off. You're gonna have an imprint of a snake bite, and it looks kind of cool. You just have these little dots in your teeth, and you'll bleed.
I don't know if I could keep
It doesn't
myself
hurt.
calm though.
Yeah.
I would compare. This is so. You're gonna think I'm
I'd be
dumb.
like, slinging it.
And you can sling. You can sling them. Yeah, you can sling them a
Take
little
us
bit.
herping.
We need it. Yeah, if y'all ever find yourself in
Oh
Arkansas,
my
I don't know about
God.
herping here. We can herp somewhere here. I'm sure we can probably go north a little bit and find some good
We
spots.
got them in my neighborhood.
Well, you got water snakes all over the place.
Okay,
think
we
there's
can go.
cottonmouths.
Well, we
we
should
got
go.
cottonmouths too, but
We don't want to do
grab
that. That's like I said, it's different. With those, you don't really want to mess with those because you don't want to get bit and have to deal with all that crap. I think I'd slow down. Like whenever I got off my parents' insurance, I was like, let's not get bit by a
Yeah.
cottonmouth. That would suck. My brother got bit by a cottonmouth.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
He got bit on his foot. He was out wading around in the dark in this river catching bullfrogs, I think, with like a terrible light, and he got bit on his foot and had to be like medevaced like 3 hours away, or not on a helicopter, on an ambulance, and I think it would have cost like $80,000 if you didn't have any insurance or anything. So it's like it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Like your average person, like if I was to go and get bit by a cottonmouth right now, how long would I have before like I'm in serious trouble?
I don't know. I mean, I think you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time because they have their venom.
like you're
Their
gonna
venom
die
is
in 10
designed
minutes.
to attack your red blood cells, and they just like it just kind of starts rotting your skin. Like I mean, if you did nothing, it wouldn't even kill you. It maybe like just disfigure and maybe at worst lose a limb. You have a few hours to get somewhere, I would say. I've never been bit by one.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm gonna die if I don't.
No, and that's not like a rattlesnake.
somewhere quick.
It's not like a rattlesnake. Or
Rattlesnake
anything.
will kill you.
Rattlesnake will jack you up. You got to get help from a rattlesnake. 'Cause it's a lot. It's the same toxic, but it's a higher level.
Do we have those here?
Yeah, you got rattlesnakes
I think
here.
we got rattlesnakes.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
got-
seen one, but
Yeah, they're not like right here. I would think they'd probably be a little more north.
Well, that's like, but in Alabama.
Yeah, absolutely. You got timbers, and I think there's probably some easterns.
supposedly we have coral snakes
You do have coral snakes, 100%.
because they
What is
evidently
that?
like sandy. The red touches black. What
And so-
red touches yellow will kill a fellow.
And so coral snakes, they have a neurotoxic venom, and it's a lot stronger than a rattlesnake. Rattlesnake, they have hemotoxic. And like a coral snake is the same type of venom as like a king cobra.
oh,
Yeah, you don't want that. Mess you up.
you don't want that smoke.
Mess you
So
up.
like, will that just straight up kill you? Like a
If you don't get no help, you're probably not gonna make it for very long.
dang.
Yeah, you probably need to get some help.
Do we have those here?
Yeah.
Our environment is conducive. Evidently,
perfect, yeah.
for coral snakes.
Yeah.
Brad's
Hey,
I'm
so,
just
so-
curious.
so just mess with the water snakes. They're fun. They're spunky. They'll
bite you.
And if you catch one, you can. I can catch. I can probably go 90% of the time and catch one without getting bit. If I
Really, so like grabbing them.
if I just try not to. If I try not to get bit, I'm not going to get bit for the most part. There's still times where you're still going to get bit, but like I said, most of the time it's all about to make sure I do catch the thing for the video, and I don't care if it's like I genuinely have no care if the thing bites me because it doesn't hurt at all.
It can't get infected or anything like
It
that. I
can,
mean, it
but
sounds like,
man,
a nasty mouth.
but like just wash it off in the water, dude, and it's fine.
You don't do any like care when you get home?
No,
Peroxide,
no,
Neosporin.
no, wash it off.
So-
Put some Dawn on there, dude.
Obviously, like I grew up on a farm and we would get like
Doesn't
some
sound like
chicken
it.
snakes every now. I did, but like
I did not grow up on a farm.
I've really not had that many run-ins with snakes.
I got
Like,
you. Well, the
but
chicken
obviously
snakes are
there's-
awesome.
Obviously, there's snakes all over the place. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Are they just like I don't really know anything about snakes other than I don't like them. Are they just like not gonna mess with you and just leave you alone unless you like
Yeah,
step
they're
on
not.
their
They're not
face
going
or
to mess with
something?
you. They're not going to mess with you at all. Like literally, they're not going to chase you. You have some people that say they're chasing you. Sometimes if you're in a vessel, sometimes a water snake will try to like get on the boat because it's like a point of access, like out of the water. But like nothing ever is really chasing you unless like they're being really defensive. Like you can like corner a rat snake in like the corner of your house, and they'll like get all flared up and start like doing this deal, like striking at you. But they're not going to run you down. They just might be kind of from point A to point. But if you're like in the water in a boat, a snake usually goes into the water to escape. So they might look like they're coming to get you, but they're literally just getting in the water to get out of there. Because they're like, I ain't good on land, bro. I'm getting in the water and getting out of here.
Because like I would think if we have coral snakes and if you get bit by one,
And then coral snakes,
die.
you're just not gonna find them. They're like fossorial. They spend a lot of time underground, underneath things. Like if you start flipping over like boards out in the middle of like Big Lagoon State Park or something, I don't know, you might find something, but you're not gonna just happen upon coral snakes very often.
And if you walk past them, they're just
Like
gonna
I've
leave
never
you
found
alone
one. It's
unless
like
you,
my lifer. It's like the last snake in Arkansas that I have not found. They're really rare in Arkansas, but it's like the last thing I have not found.
Sounds like you need to go herping tomorrow.
I know. I go herping a lot. That's another thing too. I go out like looking for snakes a lot of times. Don't find them.
Yeah,
What would
hard
you?
to-
So I have two different neighbors that have had a snake in their garage within like the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. My wife is. I don't like snake.
Well, you need to be.
snakes, but,
You need to become the snake man that they call to help them
No,
out.
I don't.
It's a badge
I
of
don't.
honor.
I'll call you.
I'm not driving
But-
9 hours to get a rat snake out of the dude's
But
garage.
It's usually water snakes.
If I walk
Yeah.
out in my garage tomorrow morning and there's a snake in the middle of my garage, from you, what would you recommend I do?
Send me a pic.
Like I know what I would probably do. But
You should say, "Hey Cole, I got this snake in my garage. What kind is it?" Snap, send it to me, and I'll be like, "That's a so and so and so and so."
grab it,
Grab it.
film it.
If it bites you, then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Don't touch it unless Courtney's holding the camera. Got that?
Yeah, or if you wanted to like move it and you wanted to be like keep your distance, you can get like a snake. You can get like a stick and like pin its head and then grab it behind the head if you want to, or you can like just like shuffle it into a bucket and
No, well, if it like so,
you
pretty
put
much,
yourself in harm's way when you try to go kill it. That's how most people get bit. They
I
like,
use a shovel and just
Yeah.
chop it done.
yeah, there's people that do
And,
that.
and that's what I would try to do. I just wanted to see what he would say I should do.
You should just grab it and
All
like.
right, I need to get your
chunk it.
number because we have snakes all the time. Now we do have copperheads too, which are also venomous. But
yeah, you just be careful.
but
Those are pretty easy to distinguish.
I need to take a photo and send it because if we have a water snake, I'm slightly tempted to go grab it
You should.
and just do it in front of my wife and watch her freak out.
Because that's what I'm saying. The water snakes put on a show.
Don't tell her. Like just
let it do it on
before I do anything. Just send it to Cole. Be like, hey, bro, can I grab the snake? And he's like, yeah, dude, go for it. So, and then just be like, all right, Courtney, we got a snake out here. I'm gonna go.
And
get
then when
it.
it bites you, you gotta.
That would be awesome.
And then just lay down. It's like,
She would lose
I need
her
a tourniquet.
mind.
I need
my
a tourniquet. Help.
Oh my gosh, call 911. Oh,
She
dude,
would lose it.
She would be freaking out. Oh my gosh.
My favorite thing to
I need
do
your
was
number.
back whenever I was younger, my buddy and I, we would just walk the creek because there's a bunch of people like run. It's a walking trail. It's a really popular walking trail. There'd be all these old ladies, walking their dog, walking their kids, moving in the creek, and then we catch one and be slinging it, just holding it, like just striking, and we're like, whoa, because when I was a kid, like like Steve Irwin, Jeff Corwin, these guys were my heroes, and I always, that's kind of like part of that kind of like brings us full circle into like what we're doing now. I always like I knew from a young age, I either wanted to be like broadcasting something or be broadcasted. One or the other, because I loved being in front or behind of a camera, and I didn't know how I was gonna ever manifest that and turn that into like the career that I am doing now. But like those are my dogs. Those are the dudes I watched, and I wanted to be like, I wanted to be Jeremy Wade. I wanted to be out there doing that. And it's cool that you can just go out and just point a cell phone at a snake and catch it, and eventually turn it into, a viable career path.
Crazy.
It is pretty wild.
It is crazy.
That's interesting, man. Well, I want to go grab a water snake now.
If you do, I want to. Well, you'll have to send me the video. Obviously, I won't be there, but I want to see this.
Yeah, we get them all the time. And I'm pretty sure most of them are water snakes.
They probably are. I mean, there's the only other venomous. The only other snake it could be. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know how many species of snakes are in Alabama, but like in Arkansas, I think we have 36 species of snakes, and only 6 of them are venomous. So the odds of you running across a venomous snake just on that calculation is, not very high. And so most of the time, it is just water snakes. And that's kind of what we were doing earlier on our channel. We were trying to like, as all these dudes are out fishing, like, oh, I killed this water moccasin, and they show me pictures of a diamondback water snake or a plain belly water snake or something. I'm like, bro, quit killing any snakes. They're always these big old tough dudes, and they're just like, I'm scared of this snake. I was like, it was kind of weird. Come on, Brad.
I mean, when you're not educated,
right? Absolutely.
Like you're obviously well versed. And you're like, oh yeah, that's this snake. It's not going to kill me. Like boom, Me, I'm like,
even if I knew that it wouldn't kill me, I would still would.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a water snake. I don't know. I'm just kill it.
I'm telling you, a hard head catfish will mess you up so much worse.
I believe that.
Than these things, or a ladyfish will mess you up.
I mean, is it like a lizard biting you, or a little worse than that? It's got to be worse than that.
It depends. Some lizards got a chompy chomp. Yeah, like there's some skinks out there, and they got that chompy chomp. Broadhead, like a broadhead skink. Ooh.
So have you ever gone skinking?
Skinking, absolutely. And like I've got leopard geckos. I was telling Brad earlier on the boat.
And herping, baby.
I was telling Brad I got these leopard geckos. I love geckos.
Yeah.
I had this one I got when I was 10. I'm 30 now. Do the math. These things live forever, and they tell you that when you get this thing, it's a commitment. It's gonna last forever. That's my dude. But I'll be hand feeding him stuff. He'll bite me. And I'm like, dude, bro.
Do you post videos of this?
Of my leopard geckos?
Yeah.
They made some cameos on the channel.
Yeah, you should do short form stuff with that. I bet
Heck no, short form is dumb.
I mean, I agree with you on that.
Dumb.
But it's good for branding.
I guess so, but
you don't really make any money on it, but
no, it's just
unless
awful.
Okay, here's how you can make money. So like there are people
if you get brand deals off of it, I would
Yes.
say that's where you get it. But like I don't know,
I
go through phases.
I'm
go through phases.
I'm with you. I hate short form. It is definitely overall just like killed a lot of what we do.
I think if I got a new phone, I'd probably do it more. I have like an iPhone 11, and it's like kind of like sucky.
Yeah,
it's kind of why Brad's picture looks kind of bad at that thing. I almost asked. I was gonna be like, hey Brad, let me take it on your phone.
You want like a real phone?
Yeah, the real phone. This might as well be a Razr.
I think mine's a 12.
But I think if I had it, and I have ideas for short form that I think would be really, really good. It's actually kind of stealing other people's ideas, but they don't know that. They don't have to know that.
Nothing's new, dude.
It's nothing new. I want to figure out something new. That's what I'm always trying to like. That's what I stay up and late at night. It's like, what's something new that we can do that's different? It's really hard. And even if you think
how many people are out catching snakes? I mean, I'm sure there's some, but
there's a pretty big community of people doing that
on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's this one dude I followed for a long time. He started his channel like the exact same time, and it's pretty cool because like he was doing herping stuff, and I'd watch it because that was always my algorithm too, because we were doing a bunch of herping stuff, and like he's still posting these videos, and we have like the same exact like I looked like. What you can see, we have like the same amount of subscribers, like the same amount of views overall, same amount of time on YouTube.
He just stayed that path.
He stayed herping the entire thing.
Gotcha.
That's all he does anyways. But
I gotcha.
I think that's pretty tight.
Well, and to your point, you kind of touched on it earlier. Like when you first started, it was new, it was exciting, the content was good, and then after you do it for so long, it does kind of dull it down.
I think you start to see like what you're really like truly like passionate about, like what you really care about. The more do I like fishing more than herping? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fishing is my life, and I learned that in college too. I was getting a degree in wildlife management and stuff, and they were like, "You can go work this job in South Dakota counting quail eggs and make like 15 grand a year." And I'm like, "Heck no!" So that's why I kept staying. I was like, "I need to figure out something." And that's why I stayed. I just kept like taking minimal hours in school. I was like, "I got to figure out something. I got to get out. I messed up. I should have been a doctor. Oh my gosh,
Counting quail
life is
eggs.
over." And then luckily YouTube started picking up like right as I was graduating. I was like, just get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. And,
You ever had pickled quail eggs?
Absolutely, dude. I love pickles. And
Somebody
I love
was
eggs.
telling me about pickled quailed eggs not long ago. I was like, what? That sounds disgusting.
No,
but
it's just like a pickled egg. You like normal pickled eggs?
I've never had pickled eggs.
Come on, dude. Just boil an egg and throw it in your pickle jar.
I like eggs and I like pickled, but when they said pickled eggs, I'm like, that just sounds gross. And then they explain that it's like literally just a pickled hard-boiled egg.
It's
I'm like,
so good. Yeah.
okay, that's actually...
Yeah, it's really good. Really, just don't put flaming hot Cheetos in your pickle.
I'll just say it.
But don't put what?
Flaming hot Cheetos. He had, what was her name?
Cute Karen.
Cute Karen.
Yeah. I was in college.
Missed this one.
My freshman year. I'm gonna make this story very quick, very brief. I was in college. My freshman year, I was living in a co-ed dorm. The girls were on this side, guys on this side. There was like 3 like really cute girls I thought were cute over there, and so it was like the cutest one. We were kind of meet in the hallway talking. She's like, "Hey, let's hang out." I was like, "Hang out, sweet." We're gonna watch a movie. She came over to my dorm room, and this girl brought a giant jar of pickles, big one, like
He's telling me the story. My mind's like, where is this going?
big old jar of pickles. Oh my gosh!
Like the big spears?
In one hand, and the other hand had flaming hot Cheetos. And she started shoving those hot Cheetos in the
In the pickle.
In the pickle. And she's like, "You gotta try it." And she started just smacking on that thing. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you are!" I was like, I am so disgusted. I tried one. Low-key was kind of good, but she was just grossing me out so bad.
But I couldn't admit it.
She was grossing me out so bad. I was like, "This is over." We watched freaking Avatar, which is a long movie.
That is a long movie.
I was like, "Get out of my life." I messed up.
So giant pickle spears with flaming hot
Not
Cheetos.
pickle spears, the giant pickle.
Well, isn't that what it is?
It's not a spear.
No,
It's
it's
a
spear is
whole,
the cup.
that's a whole
Okay,
cucumber just throwing it there.
yeah.
She was cutting the top off it and shoving those hot Cheetos down in there. I was like,
As
what?
he's telling me about her
I was like,
bringing this into his dorm room, I'm like,
I was like, this is.
where are you going with this, Cole?
I was like,
So,
I
but she
got-
was an attractive female doing this? That does
Yes.
not sound like attractive female quality right there.
no, it was very weird. She was like from Kentucky, and I was just like, nothing wrong with Kentucky at all, but like, I don't know.
Did she like herping?
I don't know. Not very much happened after
What
that.
about captive rearing? Was she into that?
I have no idea.
What's the other one?
I have no idea.
Skinking?
Skinking.
But luckily, she like transferred out like pretty quickly, and so I didn't have to like have awkward like meetups. ups.
Was she high? That sounds like something you do when you're high.
Oh, I think no.
sure?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I have no idea. It was weird. It was a transitional period. You know, I had just moved like 3 hours away from home. Was at college. Was on my own, and there was just weird stuff going on.
just how do you figure that one out? Like,
Weird stuff going on.
I'm gonna put flaming hot Cheetos in this giant pickle.
Definitely got to be high to try
You got
that.
the things you learn in college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like pickles and flaming hot Cheetos, and I've never even tried
Did
it.
You should put them together.
Did the Cheetos easily insert into the pickle?
I mean, she had a technique.
How did that process work?
I don't know.
Because I'm trying to picture. It
Well,
seems
what
like
got
they
me?
would break.
What got me, dude, is she I don't even want to say it. She like bit the top off the pickle, and she was like putting it back on top of it, and like trying to shove it all back together, and like incubating those Cheetos inside of the pickle.
Oh man,
It was tough. I mean, I'm glad I had that life experience because it's so funny. There's so many funny things that you
my
experience in
head up
life,
Rouse's on the way home.
and there's some things you remember, some things you don't. Like I will never forget that.
I won't forget this.
I will never forget.
and I
that.
wasn't even there.
It was so bad.
Oh man.
I mean, just imagine just pickle juice and just hot Cheetos all
gosh.
over your mouth.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
drooling
She's
while
like, do
you're
you
trying
like
to.
it? Do you like it?
I'm
And
from
I was like,
Kentucky. Oh my god. What was her name? You remember her name?
yeah, her name was Cute Karen.
Oh, her name was
Her
Karen.
name was Karen.
Cute Karen.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Turn into crazy Karen.
Well, if by some chance she's watching,
Yes.
That's weird.
I hope not.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's
She ain't
very weird.
watching.
I'm sure somebody. Let me know if you've ever tried. I'm crying. I'm emotional.
Yeah, comment below if you've ever eaten pickles with Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I like pickles. I like Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I was about to say that sounds like it's right up your alley. I mean, but like, okay, so a human being that's eating that, I would picture Brad. Like, okay, not
That's some hot
not
chick.
yeah.
Maybe I was.
On like
smoked a
her
joint.
first date with some dude.
I know that. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Let me show you this party trick.
It wasn't even like it was. It was. I guess it was a date, but I was like a prelim. It's like see if she was like wife material. No,
Hard pass.
hard pass.
So we know Jay does not like pickles and Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Well, maybe she does. Maybe she just eats it a little more eloquently.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Did you tell Jay this story?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she was like, "Noted. Don't ever do that in front of Cole."
Next time y'all come down, because y'all come down here every year, right?
Yeah, this might be the last time though.
Oh dang! Well, what's going on?
We usually come here at least once. Usually it's like kind of in the colder months, just because we just kind of like get kind of cold. Arkansas gets kind of cold. It gets kind of cold here
Yeah.
too, but if we catch it right, like one time we caught it right. Like that one time I came down here and I fished with Brad. First time I fished with Brad, it was like 80 degrees. We were smoking sheep's head. It was like we were wearing shorts and short sleeve. I was like, dude, life's
Is this
good.
when you went to the pier?
We was like, life's good. We're out here smoking sheep's head and shorts. December, and since then we haven't had like that sort of good weather when we came when it's later, and that's when the big reds are coming through. It's something I wanted to target.
Yeah.
But we'll probably come back sometime. I'm not sure when.
Well, I was gonna say next time you're here, if you have somebody to watch your kids, love to do a podcast with you and Jay,
Yeah, that'd be good.
and
Oh yeah, she wild.
maybe hit on some herping and
Yeah.
pickle.
We should just bring a snake. We can have like a live. We can do like a live show and tell, like they do on the Tonight Show. We just bring a box of stuff.
Actually, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Or we
you
can
bring,
play that.
like,
We can play
to
that game where you stick your hand in the box. And you don't know what you're touching.
Let it bite us.
I can just bring a bunch of different herps.
like I trust you. If you had a water snake, I'd let it.
This is
bite
the first time you met him.
It's
You're
better.
like, I trust you to let the
I've
snake
met
bite
once
me.
before.
It
I've
probably
met once.
it probably wouldn't even bite. You probably just be like, sometimes they're just chilling. It's like, I'm not wasting my time biting you.
And so I just like pet his little head.
Yeah, they calm down. They always calm. That's the thing too. They'll be like freaking out, just pooping, peeing, biting, slashing, trying to kill you, and all of a sudden they're just like, you got warm hands, boy. You curl them up, just hold them.
You put him around the neck.
Your best friend.
Yeah, I put him in a fish tank, name him, just feed him goldfish.
How many snakes do you have at your house?
I have 0 snakes in my house right now, but the most snakes I've had at my house at once is like 30.
Ugh.
I just have my geckos. They got too hard to keep up with.
Are you
everything.
Pentecostal or anything?
No,
Just
no,
Run around the church.
had to ask.
snake.
no. Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't speak in tongues and worship snakes.
Okay. I'm just checking. I mean, if it's cool if you do. I was just checking. Didn't know if that was.
No, only thing I have at my house now is pet wise. I have a bunch of salamanders. I got a fish tank. I love having fish tanks, and I've always kept like reptiles and things. I've got an axolotl. I've got a siren. You know what a siren is? Sirens are tight. You would like to catch sirens.
That's an animal.
Sirens are the most fascanating animal on earth, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This is going to segue into your last episode.
I still don't even
about
know
the
what kind of
horses.
animal it is
A
yet.
siren is a salamander. Okay, so imagine a salamander. You know what an axolotl looks like?
No.
A what?
An axolotl. Those salamanders, they're like with the frilly gills above their
How do you
head.
spell that?
Axolotl.
Axolotl.
I mean, I maybe have seen a picture.
Axolotl.
Do we have them around here?
No, they're
Whoa,
they're
I've
an
seen
endangered.
one of these before.
Yeah, everybody loves axolotls.
Like not in person.
Let me see.
but
Let me see.
Is that on a movie or something?
So I have one that looks just like
Okay,
that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just a salamander. So that like the white ones are like bred to be albino or whatever. Like their native range is in it's like some mountain range in like one Pacific river in Mexico, and they're like very
Are they as
endangered.
nice as they look?
They're so nice,
Oh, they
dude.
look
They're
cute.
they eat worms like the champ. So like sirens are long versions of axolotls. They have 2 front legs, only 2 legs. They have external gills, and they root around. They live like in the swamps, like in the southeast. They're here,
Oh yeah.
and they're hard to find because they live in the murk and stuff. But anyways, I have one of those. I've had them for a long time. They're really cool.
Does it look like this?
That's him.
That's an axolotl.
That's a siren.
Siren.
Sirens
Oh,
are sirens are
siren.
dope. I love aquatic salamanders, but they're the only animal known in the animal kingdom, unless things have changed. Things change all the time. To have biflagellated sperm,
I don't know what that means.
2 tails. Why is this important? I don't know.
But I'm glad you brought it up.
So it can swim forwards and backwards.
So, biflagellated.
Biflagellated
sperm.
2 tails.
2 tails.
And
so are they like
siren
fast,
reproduction
are they faster?
has never been documented either.
You should do it.
You should do it.
I'm not reproducing with the siren. Heck no.
Why?
Why not?
What would you call that?
Some
other kind of rearing?
Schmangin.
Megan.
But yeah, so they're really cool. I have one of those.
Say that again.
Biflagellated. Flagellated like tails. Flagellated like split shell. Sperm.
Biflagellated sperm.
Yep.
I really hope you enjoy the Fish and Not Catching podcast. And this has been a very educational one.
Yeah, it has.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this one and take notes.
Yeah.
This has been good.
Could you breed your axolotl with your siren?
Absolutely not. My
Can't do that.
You
siren,
could not, or you would
not my. They don't work out because the axolotl has 4 legs and the siren has 2 legs.
But I mean,
It
biflagellated
wouldn't work out.
Biflagellated sperm sounds pretty potent. I mean, so I feel like
I'm
they
not
could
sure.
impregnate anything.
I'm not sure. I mean, I really
If
have
I
no
had
idea.
biflagellated sperm, I feel like I could make
You
it
have more
happen.
kids
Maybe
than Brad.
I have 5, whatever. I got 5 kids.
You got triflagellated sperm.
I've got 2
My
kids.
sperm's
so
got all
just
kinds of
bye.
tails.
Got him. Yeah, we should go look for sirens. We should go herping. So you can find water snakes, and you can find sirens all hanging out together.
Sirens hang out.
The coolest snake we could find is a holy grail snake called a mud snake. You should look up a mud snake. While you're looking up stuff, look up mud snake. So
So-
in the herping community, like in the southeast, a mud snake is like not really the holy grail because they're not like super hard to find. But if a herper finds a mud snake, this is what gets them freaking out. Like these things are
cool.
sick, and these are good videos for us too. Mud snakes are awesome. They look.
Are they around here?
They're the most docile. Y'all have rainbow snakes here too. They're the most docile snake. They don't bite. They're shiny black. They got the red and black belly. They coil up. They're really cool, and they only eat sirens and infumas, which infumas are like sirens too. Rainbow snakes. I've never found one of those.
That thing is sick looking,
Aren't those cool?
dude.
And then those mainly feed on freshwater
Where
eels.
do we have them around here?
I think they're in southeast Alabama. Yeah, they're in the swampy stuff. So like you go like Okefenokee Swamp or
We
like
got a lot of swamps.
Everglades.
We got a lot of swamps.
They live in the swamps. Like those are things you could find here if you went herping and made a herping channel.
I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna probably go that route. But,
It's okay. I wouldn't.
You know that
You probably get snake bit. And
All right, you're a pretty smart guy. You've said a lot of big words.
you have said. Big
Do you know
words.
the scientific name for a rainbow snake?
Erythrogamma something? Francia erythrogamma? Francia erythrogamma?
Yes. I'm looking at this word. I'm
That
like,
is
there's no
impressive.
way.
Hey,
It's because
that
it's my
is
favorite.
very
it's a holy grail.
impressive.
So the scientific name for a mud snake is Francia abucura. Hey, you want to hear my fun? Here, one last thing before we go. My favorite scientific name is the plain-bellied water snake, and it's the most common water snake that you can find in Arkansas, and probably I'm not sure they're here. I haven't looked at a range map in a long time for them. I used to keep up with all the range maps and really geek out on that. So if I ever found myself in a place and I was herping a lot, I would know what I'm catching. But I've been off from that. But my favorite scientific name is the plain-bellied water snake. It's Nerodia. Nerodia is the genus for all these water snakes. Nerodia erythrogaster flabbergaster. That's legit.
Oh my
what?
god!
Say that one more time.
I can't say that.
Nerodia erythrogaster flabbergaster. If you don't believe me, look up plain-bellied water snake. Sometimes they get called yellow belly. Nerodia
Plain
erythrogaster flabbergaster.
Water
I don't know
snake.
any of the scientific names for these saltwater fish, or I'd start spitting them out. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be making stuff up.
It doesn't have the entire thing you said. It just says, yeah.
So it's the plain belly. You're on Wikipedia. Get off of here. Just type in Nerodia erythrogaster flabbergaster and you'll see it.
Yeah, I can spell that one.
that.
Yeah.
Hey, if we can find a rainbow snake, that would probably go viral. And then use it for bait.
I mean, that sounds. Yeah.
Just kidding.
You would.
I actually have a mud snake that I found dead on the road, and I am going to use it for bait at some point. I have these.
Hang on.
Did you freeze it or something?
Yeah, I have 2 or 3 snakes in the freezer, just and they're chilling, waiting
Yeah.
to be. I have a big
I mean,
old
the
timber
mud
rattlesnake.
snake looked
Right,
pretty
hang on.
cool.
Say that word again.
Nerodia erythrogaster flabbergaster. Yeah, good luck.
You messed that one up.
Nerodia.
Flab.
I can spell it Flavigaster.
FLAV.
Igaster. One of the things I'm most proud of in life, one of my great achievements, is I won the county spelling bee whenever I was 12.
So you seem to be very smart.
No.
person.
I've got 4 brain cells. Sometimes they all fire. Sometimes I lip ladyfish. It's useless knowledge.
All right. That's it.
It's good for podcasting.
It's a yellow
No,
belly.
it's great. Do you have a podcast? Do y'all do a podcast?
I don't have a
You
podcast.
should do a podcast.
I don't have much to say.
You've talked plenty. We've been talking for like an hour. You can knock it out. You and Jay. It's fun. We enjoy doing the podcast, even though
I think it's
like,
fun.
It's we get 1,000 views and are excited about it. But
A lot of these with the
still fun.
flabbergaster are referring to them as a yellow-bellied one.
Yes, so that they call that too. It's the same thing.
So
it's just a
you are
subspecies.
completely right.
It's a subspecies. It's a subspecies
Crazy.
because they got yellow bellies.
this has been a fun one.
He's like the Chris V of.
Of snake of
Who?
herping. So wait, this I wanted to ask this: the siren that you have, did you find it?
Yeah, so I caught him in a ditch in someone's school in this town called Jonesboro, in northeast Arkansas. And it's like the only thing you could do up there is no fishing. So this is another part of like my past. There's like I went to college. I wanted to fish. There was one college I was gonna go to. I was gonna play baseball. I was gonna fish, and then this other stupid school, which wasn't stupid, but they had this really cool wildlife program. They taught me into. I went there. There's no fishing. I could have played baseball, I guess, there, but I didn't. I decided not to. And then all thing you could do for fun is go out and hit the ditches and go herping. But yeah, I caught him there. And I took him home with me. I was like, "This is my boy. I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him forever." They live a long time,
Like how long? Like how many years?
probably 25.
What do you feed it?
Worms. He's a worm guy. They eat a lot of like small crawfish and eat minnows. My guy, he doesn't eat minnows. I have like some goldfish I got from my son, like as like his pets, and I have them in there with him. He doesn't jack with them.
How big is he? This siren?
He's like
Oh really?
he's bigger. They get big. He's
I
a big
didn't know
guy.
that.
I feed him a lot. I try to get him really big. They can get like 2 foot long.
Can they live out of the water too?
No, they're fully aquatic.
So you can't take them out and hold them or nothing.
No. It would jack them up. There's also another thing you can catch. There's the other coolest salamander you catch is called an amphuma.
Do you have a picture of your siren?
Of my siren?
Yeah.
Good go looking for it.
I mean,
He pulled a picture of it. It looks just like mine.
oh, okay. I mean,
It's like Western Lester siren.
He just wants to see yours.
yeah, I want to see yours.
Frick, I don't have a picture. Of
That's
him.
okay. You know, yeah,
I'm not
sorry.
taking for. I have like 19,000 pictures of my kids.
I guess that's more important.
You can find I have a YouTube video where I put him in a fish tank.
yeah.
You can see him there.
Like,
Him.
okay.
It's a video. I think that it might be a different video, but I have videos of us catching sirens.
Okay.
It's a whole
I mean,
educational thing.
that sounds kind of fun.
It is fun.
Do they bite you? Or they're
They can bite you, but they don't bite. They don't have teeth. Like if you like are like
Right.
trying to feed him a worm, he thinks your finger's a worm, he'll bite it.
but it doesn't draw blood or anything.
So there's another thing. There's a big thing called an amphuma, and they get like 4 foot long. It's like a mega daddy siren. Those things will bite you and jack you up.
Do we have those around here?
Yes.
What?
How do we have these creatures?
Look up
Like,
amphuma. One more thing.
why don't we ever see this stuff?
Because they live in the murk. You have to go into the murk to find them.
Amphuma.
AMPHIUMA.
That's not how I spelled it.
You're wrong, Cole.
Amphuma. We have the 3-toed. I'm not sure which ones y'all have. Y'all might have 2-toed. There's a 3-toed, a 2-toed, and a 1-toed. Imagine a big, slinky worm-looking thing, big thing, and they got teeny tiny little hands. This is like what their hands look like a T-Rex, like a real life T-Rex.
Yeah, Infuma.
Amphuma. Little tiny toes. It's like they can't do nothing with them.
Oh,
Look at that.
so it looks like a
Those
snake.
are dope, but those things are not good pets because they escape. And when they escape your tank, they get out your tank.
That is the dopiest.
They fall to the
looking
ground.
thing.
So they're
They
not
die.
fully aquatic. Okay.
Those are fully aquatic too.
Well, you said the escape part, but then you
They
finished
escape.
with die. but
They just escape and then they die. They suck. They don't have external gills though, like the other ones. They're cool. Those things are cool. Those are my favorite things to find.
These.
Yeah, those things are sick.
They look like they'd be great cobia bait.
They would
Yes.
be great cobia bait.
Man, that is
we should do a
weird.
cobia video where we go herping
And then
and then go.
You should just throw a snake. You should throw a water snake out there for a cobia. Would they eat it?
probably they
Cobia will
That'd
eat
be
anything.
tight,
They
dude.
do.
I would do that. I would sacrifice a plain bellied, a Neurodia erythrogaster flabbergaster for a cobia. That's all.
I
That's
should
official on
learn
bucket
that
list.
word, and then
I kind
I'll
of thought
be
they
like,
were in season. I thought
Today
now
we're
was the
going to
time to
use
catch
on the
cobia.
radio.
It is, but-
Why come nobody took me cobia fishing?
It's not. So it's not what you think. Like,
I don't care what I think.
a little
I just
windy.
wanted to catch one.
yeah. Well, no. Like, yes, this is the time, but like, for you to even see a cobia during the good time is still very rare.
Dang it.
And yeah, it's just not an everyday thing. Like people that have cobia towers and like cobia fish will go days in a row that know what they're doing, searching for cobia, and not see one.
Yeah,
it's just like
I'm out.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm out.
But if you really want to catch cobia, you can go. They can catch them on the reefs and stuff, or like under those ships. I don't know.
Yeah.
If they're
I've seen the ship videos. I'm like, that's where I want to catch one
Yeah,
at.
you're just
Let's
hanging
go
around.
catch a snake and go throw it under the ship and see what happens.
You should. That would be a really good video. You would get a lot of views. Make lots of money.
Money.
I like money.
Yeah.
I tossed a snake into the ocean and caught this.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Let's do it.
We could take a largemouth bass out there and drop it down.
I do want to do that.
Oh man, the bass fisherman would be so sad. It's kind of like whenever I like make fishing videos catching trout with like not flies or go to a fly fishing area. People were not like a fly fishing stretch where it's only fly fishing, but there was much fly fishermen around and start smoking trout around them. They're like, "That's not ethical, man. Go wear a hat and a vest.
Yeah.
Go wear waders. Can't wear flip flops in the river, bro."
Know how you do it.
I'm like, bro,
That's funny.
slaying them.
Yeah.
I love it.
We talked about taking a largemouth bass to Juneau Pier and dropping it down in
Yes.
front of the snook. Let the
A big
snook
snook.
it.
Well, Simon, let me know, is I will drop a bass down that quick.
I mean, because they have to live for a little bit, I would think. In the
Yeah, you're
saltwater.
pretty scientific apparently. How long do you think a largemouth bass would survive in the ocean?
Long enough to get eaten by a snook.
Like,
I don't know. I mean, I know they live in some
I just
brackish
wonder,
stuff.
would it die instantly, or
I
would
don't
it
think
be
so.
like
I think it was swim around.
maybe a couple
Dude,
minutes?
I saw a gar at the Pensacola Pier today. Have you ever seen gar out there on the
Yeah,
piers?
yeah. Well, they can, and they
They
can.
can't
look-
too. I've
yeah.
seen that too. But yeah, I saw a gar. I was trying to catch it. I was like, I'm gonna catch a gar.
Oh,
that'd
heck yeah,
be
dude.
sick.
I'd be trying to catch it.
But yeah, they could probably live a decent bit. I don't know. Probably get stressed out.
We need to try it.
Yeah.
Long enough
When
to
you
get
go
a
to
snook,
Juneau
it ain't
Pier
gonna
this
live very
summer.
long. Ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, that snook will be like, yeah, I'm eating you immediately.
I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
You're
okay.
good.
Well, we can wrap it up.
That was a fun.
That was
podcast.
fun. Thanks for hopping
My
on.
brain hurts from all the big
I know.
words you said. but
I do need to get a picture of you for a thumbnail, so don't let me forget that.
You want me to take my shirt off?
Could you? That would be pretty.
I don't
sweet.
work out like you, but I work out like Brad.
we're gonna title it like Herping with.
You do 150 push-ups every day. That's.
I'm trying to. I just
you,
pushed
you
it
should
today.
have nice pecs.
He's supposed to.
Supposed to.
He said he didn't.
Well, he said he did today.
You did
Did some push-ups. I didn't do 150. I did some just to make sure my hand was okay.
like 15.
No, I did like 35.
I couldn't even do 35 push-ups.
There you
I
go.
couldn't. I couldn't for a while. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even pull.
Maybe not in a row, but you.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't even like jump a fence for a little bit. I was like, this is not good. In case if I need to like run and jump a fence.
Yeah, from the cops.
Why do you need to jump fences?
Dogs and cops, Karens.
While he's out there herping.
Yep.
Easy there.
What are you doing?
Well, thanks for
All right,
watching.
yeah.
Hopefully you
That was
learned
fun.
something. I know I did on this podcast. Tune in. Make sure you go and subscribe to Cole and Jay. All 100 of you that are listening and watching, make sure you go hit that subscribe button. He doesn't do too much herping, but he catches a lot of fish.
Absolutely.
Check it out.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Thanks for being on.
Oh, we get fist bumps to end it.
I know.
Catch you on the next one.
Peace. Deuces.